Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fantasian Neo Dimension. Last episode we actually pretty much just wrapped up Kina's story. We originally first went to Owen's shop, but she didn't really know how to tell him that she found out actually she is the princess actually from Vibra, the nameless princess that pretty much was stolen, kidnapped. So she is of royal blood and all that stuff. So she ended up wanting to go to the southern forest, so she can actually seek some guidance and help and stuff like that. Well, Leo kept calling them frogs. They kind of look like frogs. Anyway, so she was able to come to terms with that and then ended up going back to Owen and kind of letting him know everything. But to her, Owen will always be her father due to he is the one that named her and pretty much the one that raised her, right? So no matter what, she's going to have Owen in her life regardless and will always be family to her. So for this one, you might have seen me do in the last episode. I'm going to be using Kina. So I do have the Phantom and Moss Quartz you need to nullify against Curse and Seal. This is going to be regarding to Siniger's backstory, so you're going to have to use Siniger as well. So you want to make sure you have Phantom and Moss Quartz on him too as well. And Valrica is going to be a really important character you're going to need, so you want to make sure you have Phantom and Moss Quartz. Let's check out the growth map. Yeah, I want to make sure I have Barrier all too as well on Kina. You want to make sure, I would recommend having the arrow rain hit too as well. That is something that's going to be important. Let me see how many growth points we actually have. It's not that many. Anyway, so we're gonna I think I got my restocked my items. Make sure. Yeah, I restocked them. So we're gonna actually go ahead and warp. Where we're gonna be going to is you're not gonna be able to leave the place until you actually finish the boss. So I'm just gonna warp to the town of N, just due to this is where I want my Oozer to come out of, instead of like vents and all that. Okay, we're gonna warp. Now we're actually gonna go to the Uzra. Let's go and take control. We're gonna go to the blue bubble, just north.
What's going on?
I'll be scuttled. All the gauges have stopped.
The warp device won't work either. Do you hear that? That's weird. Why isn't anyone moving?
Looks like we're the only ones who can move. It's like time stopped. Great. We're in the Triangle of Calamity.
Let's actually get this scene first.
Do you hear that? Sounds like someone's voice.
I want to get this glowy saw. Lightning fragment. Let's touch these.
What is this?
I'm hearing a voice in my head.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Life. Feeling. Yearning. Death. Confluence. Birth. Everything. Tears. Wrath. Resentment. Love. Unending. Unrising. Immaterial.
I don't recognize it. Zineker?
It's him. There's gotta be more.
Don't think there's anything else glowing.
Let's check out other areas. We may be able to escape.
Clean. Check this.
I hear all these voices, and they're all Yim.
Yim, your sister?
Aye.
Acts of chaos never ceasing. Rites of order unfettered. All ever shrouded. Life's eternal pageant plays out upon the stage of truth.
Yim.
Did time stop because of her?
Captain's room. Sparkle here. Load remotes. Check the other parts of the ship, so let's head on out.
What's that thing?
I'll handle them.
Easy win.
I'll handle them.
Time to kick butt!
Kill all of
Time to kick butt!
I'll handle that. Here's my target.
kill.
It seems I'm weaker.
Boom!
I'll handle them.
Kill all of
Time to kick butt!
No need to worry.
Eat this!
Let's keep it up!
Head downstairs. Touch this.
Yim, are you trying to make me remember?
Zineker?
Yim keeps saying to remember our world.
It was raining. Jas disliked making it rain upon their new realm, but Yim wanted something to remind her of home. As Vam stepped outside of their palace, he thought back to a day when they'd argued about the rain. Like Yim, Vam was fond of rain. Tiny droplets of water settled on the smooth white walls of the palace as mist slowly spread across the distant horizon. The four of them knew precisely when the rainfall would begin and end. Manipulating the climate of this planet was trivial for them. The world where the two pairs of siblings, Jas and Vam, Taros and Yim, were born was no more. Their old home had been one of beauty, where they lived free from want. That is, until it was destroyed in the heat of conflict. Many who had dwelled there sought refuge beyond their dimension. but only these four found the realm illuminated by the light of God. The discovery of the light made their long and dangerous journey worthwhile. Their joy was unforgettable. The light they discovered was a body of immense energy that held the world together. It was Jas who dubbed it the Light of God. The Light of God shone grand and beautiful, like something out of a dream, vivid yet ineffable. All things imaginable came forth from the Light of God. The four refugees built themselves a palace around the Light of God. They purified their surroundings and filled the world with lush fauna. Through the power of the light, they could bend even the climate to their will. Thus, they built their new home, making it even more beautiful and vibrant than the one they'd lost. As the Light of God reconstructed their home, Jas and Vam were exhilarated.
Surely there's no need to copy our previous home exactly.
Vam paused from construction as he heard a soft voice.
Yim.
Vam laughed, perplexed by her change of heart.
You were the one who wanted to make it rain, just like home.
Vam fell silent before he could finish. He was glad enough to hear Yim's voice.
Don't you think it's odd? This place is not our old home. Why shouldn't we make a fresh start?
If you have concerns, tell Jas. Surely he'll listen to anything you ask.
Oh, why must I seek Jas's approval?
Vam had no response, save for a shrug and a sympathetic expression. Yim smiled at his awkward face.
No, never mind. We decided together. Jas found the light. Far be it from me to cause any more conflict.
Yim stood beside Vam and waved her hand across the sky. A magic shield spread out from Yim's hand in an arc, warding off the falling raindrops. Yim's shield magic slowly expanded to cover the two of them. Yim was well trained in such magic as a guardian warrior. She had used her barrier to protect her allies and old home from invasion. The Light of God gave the four inexhaustible energy that made anything possible. Theirs were the comforting winds and the rains that watered the world. Flames burned at their behest, and the land grew rich. A peaceful eternity was theirs to enjoy. But their new home differed from the old in one crucial way. The four of them were its only inhabitants. The Light of God also helped them see the true nature of their universe. They learned that there existed many realms, each layered on top of one another. Living in close proximity to the light, the four refugees studied each realm as if looking into a miniature garden.
How beautiful.
Yim pointed at the stars visible beyond the clouds. But peering out at their new world through Yim's sparkling magic shield, Vam thought it looked more beautiful than any distant star. Now, compared to the eternal cycle of birth and death among the stars, the conflict that had cost them their old world felt small and pathetic. At times, they felt it as stars born of the light were destroyed. They could hear the souls in perishing realms crying out. Stars are born, and they eventually die.
The four of us all took new bodies and lived together in a new world.
A new world?
A great reckoning ripped our old world apart. Only four of us escaped. We made it to that new world, ruled over by the Light of God.
What's the Light of God?
An energy source, beautiful and immense.
Alright, let's also actually head to where we saw Cheryl. I think her room is up here.
Here's another one. More memories of my old world, each more vivid than the last.
Ours is a higher form of existence. Thus, it is our duty to guide all creation.
Jess, no! That's not for you to decide.
Yim shouted, storming into the laboratory.
Vam, please, stop him!
Jas had prepared to merge himself with the light in an attempt to become a true god himself. Now his plan was underway. An enormous system of tubes connected Jas to the light of God. Yim could only watch as a glimmering radiance she'd never seen before coursed through these tubes, flowing into him. But Jas's body was clearly too fragile to contain the light. He was visibly eroding from the inside. He glared at the light of God in contempt.
So, you would reject me?
Jas growled at the light of God. He pushed harder to merge himself with it, even as his body began to disintegrate.
Accept me! You need a controller. You need a guiding hand!
The light of God burned hotter and hotter until suddenly it released a wave of heat with a thunderous roar.
Jess, you're too proud.
Jas, engulfed by the light, was struck speechless by Yim's sudden words.
We're weak, Jess. We're immature and unfit to meddle with other worlds. If it weren't for the light, we wouldn't even be alive. That's how weak we are. Surely you understand that.
That is precisely why we need this power.
Suddenly, everything vanished into blackness. Only Jas's eyes shimmered in the dark. They burned with the unmistakable light of God.
Vam, stop him!
Yim pleaded over and over into the darkness, but Vam could only reply in a frail voice.
It is too late.
Jas cried out as the light of God unleashed another powerful burst of energy.
Yes, I can feel you becoming part of me.
A great fire began to burn inside his ruined body. He looked up towards the heavens and broke into hideous laughter. The light of God poured out from Jas in torrents, immolating everything around him. As Vam and Taros stood by in shock, Yim reached her hand into the flames, grasping for Jas.
Yim, no! Stay back!
Taros and Vam's cries of warning went unheeded. Yim moved towards Jas and the light of God. Unleashing all of the power her body could muster, Yim slowly moved forward, protected by her shield magic. She made her way through the flames and stopped below the light. She spread her arms to push her shield magic farther. Yim's shield cracked and grew thin as she stretched it wider, until finally it was large enough to engulf the light of God. She held the light above her in a contained oval, rounded like a galaxy. All its light and heat were trapped in a razor-thin membrane of magic. Yim alone stood against the light of God. Her shield magic creaked and convulsed, wrapped around the bursting energy of the light as if to soothe it. Neither Taros nor Vam dared to approach. The tubes connecting Jas to the light of God burned away at last. His limp body fell to the ground. At that exact moment, Yim's arms, which had held the light of God at bay, fell lifelessly to her sides.
No!
Stirred out of shock, Vam ran towards Yim. Yim mustered all the energy she had left and shoved the fallen Jas outside of her shield. She remained inside with the light of God. she gently took it into her arms and held it to her chest.
Yim, no!
Taros cried out to his sister. In an instant, Yim's shield shattered, and the light of God burst forth once more. Yim's body vanished as if she'd melted into the light. She was gone. In response to this final flash, a rumble sounded deep within the planet. A powerful blast of heat swept across the land. The light of God, finally unleashed, burned the new home the four had built to cinders in an instant. Then the light faded away into nothing.
Jas wanted nothing more than to become one with the light.
So he could become more like a god himself?
Right. But he failed. And his failure cost Yim her life. Sorry, Leo. I don't mean to dredge up any painful memories of your own loss.
It's fine. Don't worry about me. This is your story.
Aye. And Yim's. Why? Yim, why do I have to remember? What are you trying to tell me by making me relive your death?
Like a sparkle here. Order motes. Let's head to the engine room.
It seems we have to fight. No need to worry. Come on, Magic! Come on, Magic! I'll handle them. Here's my target.
Take that!
I don't feel good. I can do this. No need to worry.
Watch this!
Hang in there. I appreciate it. Ow! Hey. Here's my target.
What's going on?
Something's wrong with me. Let's go. This one looks dangerous. Here's my target. Come on, Magic!
Eat this!
Let's go.
Sparkle here. Elixir.
Another voice crystal.
Resurrection, a forbidden deed.
I won't leave you like this. I won't let you give your life to protect us. I'll bring you back. I will. I swear it.
She has been gone for some time now. Her body is lost. Is it truly possible for her spirit to return?
Hold your tongue and watch. Our preparations are complete. Now, let us begin the resurrection.
The experiment seemed successful.
Yim!
Taros called to his sister.
Your name is Yim. I am Taros. I am your brother.
Yim? I am... Yim?
She answered in a hollow voice. After arduous experimentation, they had finally succeeded in resurrecting Yim. But though they managed to revive her body, her soul was lost, burned away by the light of God. Where Yim's heart had been, now yawned a void. Yim's companions stared at her in curiosity. She returned their gaze, but her eyes were missing the spark they once held. It was raining. In fact, it had rained without end since the light of God disappeared. Dark clouds shrouded the sky above the charred gray horizon. Vam and Taros followed Yim as she walked through the downpour. The three of them were soaked to the core. But if Yim noticed the rain, or the others walking behind her, she paid them no regard.
Yim!
Taros called out to her, and at last she slowly turned around. Her vacant eyes wandered, unable to focus on Taros and Vam. Instead, they traced the remains of their destroyed palace, finding nothing.
What? What am I?
Yim muttered.
You are Yim. You're my sister, Yim.
But before Taros could continue, Yim spoke again.
No, I am not.
In the distance, thunder roared.
I am no longer Yim. I am nothing, but nothingness itself.
Stars collided and vanished from the sky above. Yim continued to walk through the rain.
Where are you going?
Vam asked, though deep down, he knew that there was no stopping her. Yim answered without turning around.
To the end.
Jas had also decided to hide his heart away where nobody could reach it. Vam knew his brother. He knew that Jas would not, could not understand. Jas could never accept that Yim, having sacrificed herself to save them, was lost to the void. Taros looked up at the sky. Everything he loved was slipping through his fingers. He thought that the loss of their first home would steel him against such emptiness, but he was wrong. Nothing remained to comfort him, save for the rain that obscured and washed away his tears. But even the rain soon began to weaken. Eventually, the rain stopped, seemingly never to fall again.
Yim's resurrection looked like it went well enough, but inside her, deep down, nothing but a void remained. No soul to speak of.
No soul.
Aye. Another voice crystal.
Yim and Taros gained more and more speed as they zipped through the energy torrent. Aftershocks from the explosion of the light of God continued to ripple through the realm, occasionally manifesting as flares of energy. Yim and Taros now passed through one of those storms. Yim's shield magic enveloped the both of them like cocoons, protecting them from the flames.
Where are we going?
Taros asked his sister.
To the end.
Yim had never formed such cocoons with her magic before. Perhaps this was a new power, granted by the void that filled her. The cocoons moved them through space rapidly or slowly, depending on their passengers' emotions. Yim's cocoon continued to accelerate. Consumed by the void, her heart knew no fear. Below them, the ruins of the God Realm appeared to flow past at a tremendous speed.
Yim, please stop.
No, I shall reach the end.
Though Yim no longer knew fear, Taros was certainly afraid. No matter how hard he tried, he could not resist his survival instincts. His heart demanded that he slow down. Taros could make his cocoon go no faster. He could only watch as Yims pushed onward, moving farther and farther away.
Yim!
Taros called out, but she was already moving too fast for his voice to reach her. Yim surpassed the speed of sound, then the speed of her own heart. Yim flew away, leaving everything behind her. No matter how desperately Taros tried to stop her, the fear in his heart held him back. He would never be able to catch up. Finally, Yim disappeared from his sight. At that very moment, Taros thought he heard his sister's voice, but the sounds she made were not words. They were the indescribable cries of a supernova being drawn into a black hole. Yim became the void and threw herself into nothingness. Long since past the speed of sound, she now surpassed the speed of light. Moving at the speed of impossibility itself, Yim disappeared. As he watched his sister leave him behind, Taros knew this realm could no longer be his home. He would disappear like Yim had, but in a different way. Sealing his painful memories inside a crystal ball, he then attempted to reincarnate himself, though he knew the procedure had only a minute chance of success. Their world was now left to the two who remained, Jas and Vam. As beings of a higher plane, they realized they could become gods of other realms. At some point, the rain began to fall once more. It fell softly and slowly, as if the universe wept for the untold sorrows that would soon occur.
With a void for a heart, Yim had forgotten the feeling of fear, and so she left. She went faster and faster until she was gone.
Gone where?
I may never know. But maybe these crystals are something she left behind, formed from her last lingering thoughts of me, Jas, and Vam, so we can hear them.
That's not all I hear. Whatever that is, it sounds big.
It's coming from the first floor of the engine room. We'd better have a look.
Alright, I would recommend to stay here because this is probably going to be one of the toughest boss fight we have fought so far. Other than that, if you found this video helpful anyway, please like and subscribe. Post a new videos every day. Other than that, thank you for watching. See you next time.